Hey guys, as I mentioned earlier, I think one of the things I wanted to talk about was, the insanity of some of our single life. And, so I used to teach singles ministry under, this wonderful couple, and they would often tell me that we did a lot of book studies, a lot of book clubs. And they would tell me that the problem is that people can't practice relationships alone. Okay? We can't practice it alone. Everything is practice until we say I do. And unfortunately, when people say I do, it seems like it's still practice because they haven't done a lot of self-work. They just go into this marriage with these delusions that the marriage is going to fix what's broken inside, or that other person is going to fix what's wrong with them. And that's the biggest delusion. That's the biggest deception that we can ever have when we go into a relationship. So it starts when we're single. So, let me just talk, about myself. Of course, we could say, oh, we had low self-esteem, lack of confidence. But, how does that create, how is that created? And I talk about it in my book. The book that's coming out, it's about addiction, but it has a lot of really relevant topics on creating a healthier self-esteem, a solid base for who you want to be, what's in your core. That identity that needs to really be solidified so we know basically what we're going to put up with, okay? And we're not going to compromise ourselves. We're not going to compromise those core values and ideals, like self-respect. How can I get someone else to respect me if I don't respect myself? So part of respecting ourselves is, okay, how do I treat myself? Now, those of you guys who know me or may have read my first book, my first addiction was food. I learned how to pacify and really massage my feelings with, Pop-Tarts, cereal, donuts, anything that was sweet, tasty, or fried. I learned how to massage my feelings. I didn't learn how to deal with my feelings. And when you're looking at a relationship, the relationship starts with ourselves first. I have to learn how to process and deal with my own feelings of frustration, my own feelings of fear, insecurity, anger, a hurt, rejection, and if I haven't learned how to develop that, and most of us haven't learned how to develop that when we were younger. But the problem is that when we haven't learned how to really thoroughly develop those healthy mechanisms, everybody has developed these self-defense mechanisms, and most of them are dysfunctional. So I need, first of all, if I'm single, I need to develop healthy tools to process pain, okay? And pain is anything that feels uncomfortable. How, I don't know if any of you guys, I might be dating myself, but, we always had to do some form of public speaking in school, in high school and in college. And I know I do public speaking now, but people don't realize that, people don't realize that I get nervous. I get extremely nervous right before I go. And another secret that I maybe I shouldn't tell people is that half the time I don't do any studying or preparing 48 to 24 hours before I go up. Before I'm on, I don't do anything before that because I will over practice. I will over analyze everything, and it doesn't flow. It won't flow for me. I won't speak with confidence, or I can't flow with the crowd because I've got this agenda that's set. So I can't respond to facial expressions or body language, or even somebody may ask a question out of the clear blue, and I don't know how to handle that. So here's the thing, with public speaking, let's talk about communication. If I don't have the confidence in myself to communicate, which I don't know how you can have a relationship without communicating, I create this dysfunctional communication style that eliminates intimacy. Okay, I know that's like a mouthful. The whole name of the game of relationships is intimacy. Can we be vulnerable and honest and true with ourselves to be that person with a stranger? Because everybody we are interested in and want to get with is a stranger, essentially. They don't know us, we don't know them. They've said a few really cool things that we like, and we're like, maybe I want to check this person out. The problem is that, this is where the insane part comes in, is that we jump in wholeheartedly in a new relationship, and we don't know anything about the person. So why do we take these shortcuts? Why do we jump in the set? Because look, let's face it, our society, especially in America, is extremely sexual and impatient. We will jump in the bed with someone before we even know their favorite color. We don't know nothing about their parents. We don't know nothing about their ideals. We don't know anything really in depth about who they are. And I'm not saying, and I've done that too. Come on. This is why I talk about this, because my relationship skills were just point blank. They were retarded. Everything about my relationship skills was basically to protect myself from intimacy. Okay. So how in the world can I protect myself from intimacy when I want intimacy? All right, I gotta pass this guy. I don't know what is wrong with this guy's car. Okay, here we go. He's like going like 30 miles an hour. Okay, all right, I'm back. So I would try to protect myself from intimacy because my self-esteem was so low, okay? I was always the fat kid. People teased me. I remember when I played Shirts and Skins. I mean, I remember that in high school I played Shirts and Skins, and I had man boobs. Well, actually, they were little boy boobs back then. And I remember my one friend, I think it was Lisa John. Yeah, I threw your name out there. And she said, your boobs are bigger than mine. And I was like, oh, man, I was mortified. So, I hated that. So my self-esteem from way back then was cracked, because I thought, because I was overweight, no one's ever really going to want to be with me or get close to me or stay with me, because they're going to get tired of me being fat. Because I was tired of me being fat. I didn't like me. So it started there. A lot of us need to go back to, okay, why is my self-esteem so low? So a lot of us have these beliefs about ourselves that have come from our childhood that we've adopted and just kind of tattooed onto our consciousness, onto our core. So our core belief is that we're unworthy of someone truly loving us if they truly get to know us. So we create these false identities, these personas that portray who we want to be, who we think the ideal person they are looking for. So we portray this this double agent. So I would always, make jokes. I'd always smile. I'd always be funny. And my personality was just like the way I wore clothes. I wore layers of clothes, layers of baggy clothes. I didn't start wearing clothes that fit until BAM came into my life. And it's still a struggle for me to wear clothes that fit, because I didn't want to wear anything that showed any of my roles, okay? So my personality was the same. I had layers on my personality because I was afraid of people getting close to who I really was, because I didn't think they would like it. Bam is the first woman that wouldn't accept me going to bed and making love with my shirt on. And I know that was personal, but I got to go there. It's got to be personal. Relationships are personal. And I used to like keeping my shirt on because I didn't want to be naked around her. And she's like, I'm about to marry you. You know, you think I don't know? You know, and Bam's really kind of blunt, you know, but you got to love her for this. But she's like, you think I don't know you're overweight? And I'm like, oh, dang. And she's like, I love you for you. And it was like a shock to my system to hear that, because I didn't love me for me, because I didn't love my obesity. Okay. And so for her to say that, and mind you, she had to say that multiple times for me to really kind of get that. It was difficult. You know, and a funny story. I remember when I was much younger, and I was dating this really cute girl. And I was driving over to go see her, and I think she was in Dover. I don't remember. And you know, and we've been talking for a while, and she had her friend there, and I always dress nice. I always dress nice. But like I was saying, I had layers to my clothes. And the girl said, "You know what I love?" And they called me Willie back then, So, you know what I love about Willie? And she's like, "What, girl?" And she reached underneath my jacket and my layers of clothes and grabbed my belly and shook it. I love all this. And I mean, I think I swallowed my gum. I almost choked on my gum because I couldn't believe she just snatched my stomach and shook it. So I was just like, dang. She just blew through all of my suave and my mojo and said that she loved me for me. I couldn't even grasp that she was saying that she loved me for me. I was too mortified. I was too shocked and humiliated that she snatched my stomach and shook it. So, but that was just, that was an example that, all these things that we use to disguise ourselves is not working, okay? Okay, single people, you're not fooling anybody. It's better to just learn how to just be you than to run around with this disguise that's not fooling anybody, okay? It's just not fooling anybody. So part of really finding a healthier relationship is we have to begin with being healthy with ourselves. Healthily, I know that's not even a word. Accepting who we are, where we are right now at the moment. Let me turn off this light. I am still overweight now. I know I got some really good friends out there saying, "Will, stop calling yourself fat." Okay, I'm fat. Okay, it's okay. It's all right. It's cool. I am still a great man, okay? I am still good looking. I'm still fit for my size. But let's not get it twisted. I need to lose at least 50 more pounds, period. I need to lose 50 pounds. I think in one of the weight loss videos, I was kind of joking with myself in one of the videos, calling myself the fat people's hero. Because, I don't mind being the example of that big man on the treadmill, because I think we need that. I think we need that guy that doesn't have a six-pack, that doesn't have all his muscles have muscles, to sit there and talk about weight loss, okay? Because it's hard to relate to that person. So right now, I'm going to use my weight to really inspire people. Same thing with finances. I am broke right now, okay? I mean, right now my account's in the negative, and I'm gonna work to get that fixed. I got some great things happening that are coming, but right now I've got to call every bill collector and landlord and really kind of negotiate. But that's okay, because I really talk to people about hanging in there when you don't have the money, and I think it's better for me to talk about people where I am before I become wealthy, before I become famous, to really kind of give people an actual vision, an actual video of what it was like for Will when he was broke, fat, and disgusted with great teeth. So that's why I want to do these videos. So back to relationships. For single people, stop looking for somebody right now, okay? If you have issues with yourself, stop looking for somebody right now. Stop trying to find a partner or a mate that will compensate for your own insecurities, because it's a setup for dysfunction. It's a setup for being miserable in a relationship. Okay, I'm gonna talk about people who are I'm gonna talk about people already in a crazy relationship in the next video. But right now, for single people, we got to get ourselves together first. If you want your best shot at a great relationship, at an epic relationship, you've got to work on yourself. We have got to be humble enough to accept change, to really be brave enough to work on ourselves. And that's the problem, is that we're so hungry for love to feel better about ourselves that we just skip all the shortcuts of really doing some real work on our self-esteem. And we end up in these short-term relationships that are insane. We end up going for the booty instead of going for the promises. And I get it. I get that we've got these cravings and we've got these needs. We're tired of sleeping alone, all that stuff. But don't turn intimacy or false intimacy into your next drug. I was talking to somebody about sex, and I mean, I love sex, and the problem is that I would use sex for insecurities, for stress relief, for frustration. So basically, I'm taking intimacy and turning it into a drug. And point blank, that's wrong, okay? You're connecting with another person in a powerful, intimate way. You're not connecting with them for them to be your Prozac. So those are some of the things. I'm going to talk more about this. What's my time? Oh, it's 17 minutes. All right, I got to go. I don't like doing videos too long, so just kind of think about this. Shoot me with any questions or any thoughts, and let me know what you think, okay? Talk to you guys later.